Welcome back! If you are interested in cybersecurity, there's one tool you can never ignore: Nmap. Whether you are preparing for your OSCP or just starting out as a student, Nmap is your best friend. Today, we aren't just looking at what Nmap is, we're going deep into its history, its architecture, and real-world usage. Nmap didn't start in a corporate lab. It was born in the underground hacking scene of the late 90s. In September 1997, a programmer named Gordon Lyon, known by his handle Fyodor, published the source code in Frack magazine. This was issue 51, article 11. At the time, network scanning was slow and unreliable. Fyodor wrote Nmap in C to make it the most efficient port scanner ever seen. He wanted a tool that could handle large networks and provide precise details about the operating systems running on them. In the early 2000s, Nmap went through a massive evolution. Originally just for Linux, it was ported to Windows in 2000. But the biggest milestone was in 2004 when the Nmap scripting engine was introduced. This transformed Nmap from a simple port scanner into a powerful vulnerability scanner. Now users could write their own scripts to find specific bugs. Today, Nmap is maintained by a global community of developers, still led by Gordon Lyon, and it remains the industry standard after nearly 30 years. What makes Nmap truly legendary is its fame in Hollywood. It is one of the few real-world tools that movies get right. In the 2003 film The Matrix Reloaded, you can see a realistic Nmap scan on the screen. It has also appeared in Mr. Robot, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and even Ocean's 8. It is the go-to prop for directors who want their hacking scenes to look authentic. This pop culture status has made Nmap a household name in the tech world. Before we can start scanning, we need to have Nmap ready on our machine. The best thing about Nmap is its cross-platform compatibility. Whether you are using a specialized hacking OS like Kali Linux or a standard Windows or Mac machine, Nmap has you covered. I highly recommend getting comfortable with the terminal version, but for beginners, there is also a graphical version called ZenMap. If you are using Kali Linux or Parrot OS, Nmap is already pre-installed. You don't have to do anything. However, if you are on Ubuntu or Debian, it's just one command away. Since Nmap is open source and hosted in almost all official repositories, you just type sudo apt update and sudo apt install Nmap. In my machine, I already installed Nmap, and then type nmap-version, it shows version of Nmap. It's that simple because of the efficient package management in Linux. For Windows users, you need to head over to nmap.org and download the official self-installer. A crucial part of the Windows installation is NCAP. NCAP is a library that allows Windows to capture and send raw network packets. Without it, Nmap wouldn't be able to perform stealth scans or OS detection. So, when the installer asks you to install NCAP, make sure you say yes. Mac users can also use the installer from the website, but the professional way is to use Homebrew. If you have Homebrew installed, just open your terminal and type brew install Nmap. This keeps your tools updated easily with a single command. When you run Nmap without any flags, it performs a TCP connect scan by default if you don't have root privileges. It attempts to complete the TCP three-way handshake, SYN, SYN-ACK, ACK, with the top 1,000 most common ports. If the handshake completes, Nmap knows the port is open. It's simple, but because it completes the connection, it's very easy for firewalls and intrusion detection systems, or IDS, to log your activity. This is the most popular scan in the industry. It's called a half-open scan. Why? Because Nmap sends a SYN packet, waits for a SYN-ACK, but then sends a reset packet instead of an ACK. This tears down the connection before it's fully established. Since the connection never finishes, many older logging systems won't even record the scan. Nmap uses raw sockets to reset these connections manually. Knowing a port is open isn't enough for a bug hunter. You need to know what is running inside. The SV flag probes open ports to determine the service name and the exact version number. For example, it won't just say port 80 is open, it will tell you Apache HTTPD 2.4.41 is running. This is crucial because if you find an old version, you can look up specific CVEs to exploit it. This is where Nmap becomes a super tool. By using the Nmap scripting engine, NSE, you can run pre-written Lua scripts. The default set checks for common vulnerabilities, safe exploits, and gathers more metadata. For instance, it can check if an FTP server allows anonymous login, or if a web server has a robots.txt file exposed. It automates the work that would normally take a human hours to do.
All right, that's it for today's Nmap tutorial. I hope you learned something new and are ready to put it into practice. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cybersecurity tutorials. Also, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future hacking tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep exploring and stay curious.